What's up, everybody? Joel Norden here, and today I'm going to do another mini review for Vengeance of the Iron Dwarf, Companions Codex number 3 by R.A. Salvatore. Still haven't figured that out. But I'm going to jump into the description here, and then I'll kind of touch on my thoughts and what I think of this and give you my final rating. All right, so bloody war rages across for the Forgotten Realms world in the third book of the Companions Codex in the latest series in R.A. Salvatore's New York Times best-selling saga of the Dark Elf Drizzt Do'Urden. In the evolving world of Forgotten Realms setting, the Sundering has given way to months of cloud-cloaked darkness and war rages under the oppressive sky. The orcs have broken a hard-fought treaty that's held, however, tentatively for 100 years, and the time to settle old scores has developed into an all-out brawl for control of the ancient realms of the north. Now, this is another book just jam-packed with action, and I don't know how I felt. It still is kind of rehashing stuff that's already happened, and while it wasn't overly too much, it wasn't too much of a duplicate of other stuff that he's done. It still had that similarity of the orcs and the giants are united and they're all being kind of puppeted by the drow elves, and yeah, so that kind of knocked things down for me a little bit. And then there was parts that just felt like things were, compared to the last book, things are going just way too well for the companions in this one. And it legitimately didn't leave much tension for me. Like, I was like, okay, these guys are just gonna just wipe the floor with these orcs, and that's essentially what happens. So I still enjoy it. Characters, loved it. Jar Axel, just still phenomenal. Love the dude. He kept it lively, I think, in this whole thing. All his surprises and stuff that he pulled out of his hat, and yeah, I don't know. This one, I was a little let down with it compared to the other two. I was hoping it would be a little more of a bang going out, and it was, but at the same time, it was like, I kind of saw what was going to happen, and really, it was the characters that were solid throughout this and kept that rating up. The battle scenes, while they're just crazy in depth and awesome, it just, at this point, I wanted a little bit more than just straight battles. But at the same time, it was a nice little swap up from like previous just adventuring and stuff in his other books. So I'll give it that. I'll give him that. I think for this one, I'm gonna go with a 3-star out of 5, and that's still above average because in my head 2.5 is the average mark, and I normally round down. So I'm still giving it a notch above the average mark. Still saying the series is worth reading, but this one I wasn't a giant fan of. I would like to see more happen with the ice giants, the frost giants. I think that'd be really cool to see their kingdom kind of grow, and for a second kind of felt like things were going to kind of hint at that, but what ended up happening more was like they doubled down. Oh, they like this little kingdom, they like their riches, and they don't come out of it very much after they retreated back to their homeland. So yeah, and just the whole idea that the drow are pulling all these strings for really no other reason than for, their game. Like I said, it's been done a lot with the Forgotten Realms, and I just want to see something a little bit different. However, I am still excited to go to the next trilogy of this, of The Legend of Drizzt, which would be, I'm actually not even sure. Let's see here. Let's check it out. I'm curious. I can't believe I've read, oh my gosh, is it more than 30 books now? Yeah, that was the 30th Drizzt Do'Urden book I had read. And the next book is Archmage. So I'm really excited about that. I heard really good things about this next trilogy here. Let me see what the actual series is called. Homecoming. So I heard really good things about the Homecoming Trilogy. And so I'm really excited to get into that, but I don't know if I'm going to jump into that next or not. Probably not. probably give it a little bit of a break, and then return. I always like setting his books down. I'll read the trilogy, sit on it for 6 months to a year, go back into it, just so I'm not getting sick. I'm one of those people that I get sick of stuff really easy, so I try not to overdo it, whether it be video games or a TV show. I gotta switch it up. Normally the video game, I'll very rarely make it through in one playthrough, like within 2 months. Normally I'll play 2 months worth, spread out obviously, and then I'll be halfway through the game. I'd set it down, and then I'll pick it back up a little bit later and finish it. I'm the same way with books, except I finished books, but if I want more from that author, I'll give him a little time and come back to it. So I'm not, if something in his writing style is a little repetitive or something, I'm not like, oh, I've already heard enough of this. Normally it's just the writing style, and I'll get kind of sick of a writing style, and I'll end up swinging back to it. But yeah, so I'll come back to R.A. Salvatore for sure for the Archmage here. But for now, I'll probably take a little bit of a break and jump around a little bit to some other stuff. But yeah, that was my mini review for Vengeance of the Iron Dwarf. 3 out of 5 stars. And that's by R.A. Salvatore. Once again, you guys can drop in the comments if I am messing that up. I'll fix that in the future if I am, because I have heard people say R.A. Salvatore. So I'm not sure which way that goes, but we'll figure it out. Until next time, guys, this is Joel Norden. If you guys enjoyed my review, do me a favor, hit like and subscribe. Come join our little community, whether it be for musical reactions. We got a podcast, me and my buddy Chuckles, and I'm doing book reviews. We also review movies and TV shows. We just got to have some fun with it. That's kind of what our thing here. This is just to lighten our the business we're running and kind of have some fun with it. And that's what we're going for here. So until next time, guys, Joel Norden, peace.